Hi everyone, this is Bruno Falcone. I'm here with the lovely Tracy. This is an opportunity that I wanted to take for a long time because Tracy's super busy and she's doing so good. Now Tracy, I know that you are impacting the world and the life of so many people out there. Can I please get you to just spell out how do you change everyone's life? So what do you do and what makes you so different in the marketplace?
It's a great question, so thank you for asking me, Bruno. What I do that's different to everybody else out there is I give people a system to use the intuition.
Wow.
So it's not fly by the seat of your pants. It's not guesswork. It's not feeling your way into it or being vague. It's actually a process.
Yeah.
It's been used by thousands of people over absolute decades.
Yeah.
It absolutely works. And my clients are using it to create excellence in their lives.
Wow.
So whether it be excellence in business, excellence in productivity, excellence in wellness, excellence in sports performance, excellence in relationships, excellence in communication. Doesn't matter what area of your life it is, but you can apply this and you're working with energy, whereas everything else is working with our intellect. And our intellect actually slows us down, whereas our energy or our intuition works at the speed of light.
Wow. And that's like what you really do is by applying this, then business owners and all of the people out there, they can actually have a tangible change in their life and in the business, right? That's incredible. Now, can you tell me a little bit more about this, the part of the emotions of you and I were talking off camera and you were telling me about how emotions affect us when doing things and then when trying to get by with all of the things that makes us busy in life and in business. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So productivity and enhancements in effectiveness are something that I work with clients on and produce results in. And the thing that stops us and slows us down is being in our head. And that's where our emotions exist. That's where all our negative dialogue exists. So if you think of procrastination, who couldn't do with an improvement in procrastination?
Yeah.
Why do we procrastinate? Fear, doubt, worry. Fear of success, fear of failure at the end of the day. They're all emotions and they come from our head. When we're in our head, we're not at our best. If you think of when you're in the zone, you think of a elite athlete. When they're in the zone, they're not in their head, they're not thinking about it.
Yeah.
They're in their energy.
Yeah.
They're in their feelings and they go.
I can actually personally relate to this. So I know that until not too long ago, I was personally in that moment where I feel that's probably what it was. I was afraid of my success. And what are some of the steps that you would take through people to help them recognize that and get over it?
So I run a program which has 7 steps. And people can do those 7 steps over 7 months or condense it down into a shorter time frame if they like.
Yeah.
I liken it to joining the gym. You can join the gym in January, go once or twice. In July, what will your results be if you haven't been again? This is the same thing. We've run our whole lives living off our intellect, relying on our intellect, trying to feed more and more data and information into our intellect, into our brain, into our head, and with a lot of disconnection or shutdown, and we have a lot of blockages in relation to our feelings.
Yeah.
So taking people through a system and a program, they learn the tools and techniques of how do they get into their feelings so that the next time you're in the middle of a negotiation, you're not in your head, you're focused in your intuition, using your sensitivity.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. Your head will say do A, B, C. Your feelings might tell you to do something else. We've all had the experience of comparing things analytically. A list of pros, a list of cons. And sometimes, no matter how good that list of pros looks, something in your gut just tells you, no, this is not the time, or it's not the person, or it's not the opportunity for you. And you have to listen to that. That's what you get to tap into. That's like the 1%. I can't give you the 100% in a quick conversation.
Of course.
But that's opening the door to the 1% of what's available.
I think a lot of people out there, they discount that state, either because they've never been in that state, or they just don't understand the power of that top 1% state where you, like you said, you are in your energy and you're in a beautiful state and everything seems to work. Everything works out, everything, you're closing more deals, you're winning a life, you're winning a business. So that is, I can tell you that even myself, like my own experience, I feel like that is our energy state. So then having somebody like you guiding me through that process when I'm not in that state, it will be priceless. Like for me, like I can tell that it will make the difference between hundreds of thousands of dollars in my business, because that's what it is. Like at the end of the day, like whenever people think in terms of energy and feelings and understanding what it means, they don't understand what that means to them on a practical level. I know that you have some examples. Can you give me one example of somebody that has taken on this challenge and you walk with them through it, and what was the result?
Yeah. So lots of clients come to mind, but I'll pick one.
Yeah.
And one would be Angela.
Yeah.
Angela was made redundant from her IT role in one of the big 4 banks.
Yeah.
Very professional, very competent, in her 30s at the time, so very good at what she did when cuts are made. She decided to transition into a whole new area. She wanted to get into change management. She spent a long time sitting on the bench not getting anything. She met me, and within, I think it was about 8 weeks, she had a role in change management. She'd been waiting and trying to get that opportunity for 18 months before she started working with me. So happened, very quick change.
Wow.
Then in that role, in that organisation, she became the go-to person for company-wide communications. Now, people from other departments and other areas would come to her asking her to write the company-wide communications to go out.
Wow.
Because she was the best at it.
Yeah.
Now, she didn't bring that skill from her previous experience. She brought that skill to the fore by using her intuition and the system that I taught her and that she learned, and using that in her life on a regular basis. She made a very good name for herself in that organisation. She was very highly thought of. And then she got poached and headhunted for a promotion and a new role somewhere else. So that would be one example.
Wow. And that actually goes straight to what I wanted to ask you, right? These are a very abstract concept for a lot of people. A lot of people, they would see this as, does this apply to me? What is in it for me, right? Who did you design this for? Who are the best people that are gonna really get that massive impact in their life by just taking this with you?
People who want the best life. So they're typically people who want to be the best version of themselves. For example, I work with athletes. Another client of mine, she was training to go to the USA to compete in the World Championships for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, before she started working with me, 3 weeks, I think, off jumping on that plane, and she said to me, I felt like I was about to dive off a cliff and was hoping someone would catch me. After she started working with me and started to work through the program, she said, I feel like I'm going to jump off that cliff now and spread my wings like an eagle and fly.
Wow.
She went over, she competed, she came home with the trophy.
No.
She won from ground zero to the trophy. She won every single round in between. That's excellence.
That's right.
That's excellence right there.
Yeah.
And she applied the tools and techniques. She did them every day religiously, and she took it in and...
I really love that. This is an incredible example, because just in the 2 examples that you mentioned, like you going from a very different range of people that can benefit. You got the corporate person, you got the athlete, and then it goes without saying a business owner, right? It really goes without saying.
Yes. So you want the business owner example?
Go for
One
it,
of my
please.
favourites.
Go for
All right,
it.
So
Go
I'm
for
working
it.
with the CEO.
Because I know there will be like some cash in this one.
Yeah. So I won't name any names.
Okay, no names.
His business is turning over well in excess of 3 mil, and he's done that very fast in the time that he's been doing this, and I played a role in that. He recently had a budgeting decision to make. He was working with his sensitivity. In fact, I called him not knowing this had happened, and he said, "You always know when to call." And then he shared the story with me. He saved $800,000.
Oh.
A cost of $800,000. Miraculously, he gets the result of the $800,000 without having to spend the $800,000 in his business.
Oh my
Now,
God.
for a business turning over 3 million, that's a significant shift and change in the bottom line. So he was thrilled, and he's just using this every day.
Wow, that is incredible. So for anybody that would like to reach out to you, how do they do that? Is it social media? Is it a website?
Yeah, look, they can look me up on social media, obviously. I'm on the 4 major platforms, but they can also go to my website direct. So Tracy, TracyTomlinson.com.
Amazing. And the same handle for the platforms?
Yes.
Oh, that's incredible. And do you answer your messages? I'm
Yes.
sure you do. I'm sure you do. This is amazing. Tracy, you're so gorgeous. Thank you so much for dedicating us the time and to getting to know you a little bit better. I think that a lot of people out there that were dying to do this. Now, I just want to know a little bit more about Tracy though. There's a bunch of people out there, they do want to know how you get to where you are today, right? I'm sure there will be a moment in your life where something clicked and you changed. Can you tell me about that moment? If you'd like to share, I don't know, you tell me.
Yeah, you could say my intuition was on rails. And then it started to slow down. And I had this experience. I was at the end of my driveway in the car one day going to a meeting, and I needed to turn right to go to the meeting. And I got this message to turn left. And I thought, why would I turn left? I will be 10 minutes late for the meeting. That's not happening. And I just heeded the message and I turned left. Went to my meeting. I got there 10 minutes early. The math did not compute. Anyway, I got home from that meeting, and one of the next door neighbours I bumped into that afternoon said to me, "Did you get caught in the 3-hour traffic jam this morning?" And I said to him, "Oh, no, I didn't."
Yeah.
Because I heeded the message. So the traffic jam was obviously if I had have turned right.
Yeah.
And I got told to turn left. So I turned left. I trusted that. And that's why I was early, because all the traffic was caught up in that gridlock, and I avoided it.
Yeah.
And that was really a turning moment for me. I knew that the impressions I were getting were for me. I knew that they were for my benefit. I knew that they were right for me. And I'd had a background of working in the personal development industry for one of the world's biggest personal development organisations, and I felt like my wings were clipped because I would say things that were from my gut or my feelings, and I would get told, "No, that's not part of the framework here." So I felt very shut down, and I knew I had to go elsewhere to find someone or a group that I could learn more about this and find out, how do I galvanise this? How do I have it so I can turn the tap on every day of my life?
Yeah.
And I can control whether the tap's on, off, or even half on, versus not having any say of that and just being at the mercy of good luck, or if it's on today, it's on. If it's not, I didn't want that.
Yeah.
I knew that there had to be an answer. I knew that there had to be something more. So I went searching for it, and I found it.
Oh, that's great.
And that was over 11 years ago now.
Oh God. Now, and this is part of your, I think, your journey and your quest for, I would say, I would call it quest for excellence. Because at the end of the day, I feel, is that your mission in life? Do you feel like that's what you're trying to do? What are you trying to achieve? Because this is so inspirational. There's a lot of people out there that don't know how to help people. They don't know how to get in that state. So is that your why behind everything?
I do what I do because I believe that I'm here to help raise the level of consciousness on planet Earth. And I think fulfillment, from my perspective, fulfillment is a big part of that. Excellence is a part of the picture, definitely, but you can kill yourself in the process of trying to obtain excellence if you don't go about it the right way. You can experience burnout, for example, in the pursuit of excellence. You know, there's a way to do it. And everybody has gold within. Every human being, I believe, on the planet. Doesn't matter who you are or what you do, you have some gold within. But we need to mine for that gold. Because when you're 5 years old, it might be obvious. But the older we get, sometimes we just forget who we really are and we're very undiscovered and when we're unfulfilled. So if you're not living a fulfilled life, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Everyone says they want to be happy.
Yeah.
Well, when you're fulfilled, there's nothing to not be happy about. And it's not from circumstances changing. It's a feeling within.
Yeah.
So do you have that feeling or do you not have that feeling? And can you come back to that feeling and operate and function for what's right for you? Not everybody's meant to have a business that turns over 300 million. They're just not. And that's fine. But where is your fulfillment?
Yeah, that's good. It's always difficult for a lot of people, again, to understand what's their place on earth and what they should be doing and what they must be doing to get that fulfillment for themselves. And I'm so glad you're really taking the time in your life to help them and guide them through that painful process. There's people that do it on their own, but I'm glad there's people like you that are making that difference. Now, this is for me, this is for Bruno Falcone. Can I get a little bit of a comment on why you presenting so beautiful today, right? To me, like the first few words that come to mind as soon as I see you, it is confidence, strength, empowerment, power, right? And obviously, like we know each other so well, and I know why you present in this way. But can you share with everyone out there what is the power behind dressing and presenting yourself at your very best?
So it starts from within, and you need to know who you are. At the grassroots, at the core, who are you and what is your path and purpose? So I think that's a big part of what you talked about in terms of confidence. It comes from within. And then the rest of it is a self-expression. All the external stuff, I almost see that as the fun part. It's a self-expression and it's a choice. And I guess each individual will see that differently according to it, however they see that for themselves. I'm quite visionary. I like certain colours and I feel good if I look good, and I think that plays a part in it. But of course, once you go out into the world, you're not standing there in front of a mirror, so you don't remember how you look anymore. No. You know, it was a split second when you looked and went, oh yeah, and you smiled at yourself in the mirror, for example.
Yeah.
So that only lasts so long. So it always has to, whilst how we present and the external is important, because yes, people read our energy in 2 seconds and that plays a part in it. You could see me on the weekend when I got my gumboots and my jeans on and a t-shirt, and you'd still get a feeling for who I am.
Yeah.
And the confidence and the fact that I'm relaxed.
Yeah.
So yeah, the external plays a role and it has to start from the inside.
I think you just described the ability to present yourself in the way you want to be perceived in the different occasions. So you just said the Sunday, of course, like a Sunday afternoon, you're going for a chai latte, you're enjoying yourself. But then this morning you were presenting in a room of professionals. And I think the way that you presented yourself spoke to your authority, spoke to your confidence. So you'll be surprised, because this is an insight in the world of, in my world, in the world of tailoring, right?
Yes.
You'll be surprised how much of an impact and a difference that smile in front of the mirror would do to most people. you will be surprised because there's so many people out there, they never had that.
Yes.
And I don't know how
I'm
to
not
describe
surprised,
it.
actually.
You're not?
It's 5% that can make the difference. And part of it is being grounded enough to take that moment. Like, how do you operate? Do we rush through life? It's very easy to rush through life. I
Yeah.
sometimes find myself rushing, and if I catch myself, I'm like, stop, slow down, what am I doing? There's no need to rush.
Yeah.
In fact, we lose our groundedness and our center when we rush.
No.
We can't tap into our intuition when we're rushing.
No, you're not. That's it. But if you're in your energy, in your zone, then it's all good because it's coming from a good place. Yeah? Tracy, you're the best. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend time with me. And actually, one of the last questions is literally that. I'm your tailor. Why would you take time to answer all of these questions with me? What did you see in this time spent together? What did you see in me that made you say yes to this interview?
Adding value.
Oh,
Your
so nice.
personality, your charisma, I know you as someone who you're always wanting to make a difference to someone, and you're wanting to help people present themselves and be their best and be at their best. And I think when someone feels that way, and I know that about you, then they put their best foot forward. So I'm wanting to put my best foot forward in life, as we all are, right? But I know that you excel in helping people do that. And when it comes to clothes, I just know what it's like speaking on stage. I might think, I want to wear a white suit. I need a new white suit. Guess what? It's winter and there are no white suits available.
Oh, that's right.
So then I have to wait another 9 months before I can get the white suit. I'm also the size that sells out the fastest. Not there in the first week or 2 weeks of a new range coming out. Bad luck. I don't get in. And I don't frequent the shops very often because I think there are lots of other better things to do in life. Exactly, that's one reason too. In the once a 6 months occasion that I do actually frequent the shops, the chances of them having the suit that I need or want at the time is...
No, forget
this
it.
way, I need some divine intervention for it to all fall into place.
You need a Falcone intervention.
That's it.
No, thank you so much.
You're saving me time.
I love it. No, you're too nice, Tracy. Please jump on the website, follow her on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. I think it's well worth to do it. Do it today, don't wait. Get that message to Tracy because I know that you answer it. So please, she's there to help you. Thank you, lovely. It's been awesome. You're too good.